Hello and welcome to PeerSubmit. PeerSubmit is a modern platform designed to help universities, research organizations, and conference organizers manage academic conferences and paper submissions efficiently. With PeerSubmit, you can easily create conferences, collect research paper submissions, manage peer reviews, communicate with authors and reviewers, and organize the entire submission workflow in one place. In this video, I will walk you through how to create a conference in PeerSubmit and start accepting submissions from authors. To begin, click on Login and enter your credentials. Once you log in, you will be redirected to your PeerSubmit dashboard, where you can manage all your conferences and tools. This is the PeerSubmit dashboard. The dashboard provides access to several powerful tools designed to help conference organizers manage their workflow. At the top, you will see the Create Conference option, which allows you to quickly create and manage conferences. Below that, you will find several applications available inside PeerSubmit. The Forms and Survey section allows you to create custom forms to collect information from authors, reviewers, or participants. The Email Campaign tool allows you to send bulk emails to different contact lists. The Apps and Integrations section allows you to connect PeerSubmit with other tools and services. The White Label and Branding section allows you to customize PeerSubmit for your organization. The Profile section allows you to manage your personal account settings. Before creating a conference, let's first configure our branding settings. Click on White Label and Branding. Here we can customize the platform for our organization. First, update your profile details. This includes information like your name, profile image, email, and contact information. Once updated, save the changes. Next, update your organization details. Here you can enter organization details, address, and other organization information. Now let's configure the branding settings. Here you can customize the visual identity of your conference portal. Choose your custom subdomain. This gives your organization a professional and dedicated portal. Upload your organization logo. This logo will appear across your conference portal and submission pages. You can also upload a header logo, which appears in the top navigation of the portal. Once you upload the branding assets, you will immediately see your logo displayed at the top of the dashboard, reflecting your organization branding. Now let's go back to the dashboard. To create a conference, click on Create Your First Conference. After filling in all the required information, click Create Conference. Your conference is now successfully created. Once the conference is successfully created, you will be automatically redirected to the General Settings page. In this section, you can configure the essential information related to your conference. Here you will see several settings such as Guidelines, Venue Details, Conference Banner, CO Details. Let's go through each of these settings and fill in the required information. Guidelines section. Here you can provide important instructions for authors who plan to submit their research papers. Venue Details. In this section, you can enter the location where the conference will take place. Conference Banner. Here you can upload a banner image that represents your conference. Finally, CO Details. Now let's move to the Email Templates section. In this section, you will find all the system email templates used for communication throughout the conference workflow. These templates are automatically used to send notifications to different users such as authors, reviewers, program chairs, team members. Emails are triggered automatically based on different actions in the system. For example, when an author submits a paper, when a reviewer is assigned to review a submission, when a paper is accepted or rejected, when revisions are requested. This ensures that all participants in the conference are kept informed at every stage of the submission and review process. Each email template can be fully customized based on your conference needs. You can edit the email subject, the email body, additional instructions or information you want to include in the notification. This gives you full control over how communication is handled with participants. PeerSubmit also provides several dynamic placeholders that automatically insert relevant information into the email. These placeholders help make your emails dynamic and personalized, without needing to manually edit each message. Next, let's move to the Access and Role section. In this section, you can manage the people involved in organizing and managing the conference. PeerSubmit allows you to assign different access to users based on their responsibilities. These access help ensure that each member has the right level of permissions. You can invite team members to collaborate on the conference. Simply enter the person's name and email address, and assign them an appropriate access. First, we have Main Menu Access. Here you can control which main dashboard applications a user can access. Next is Conference Menu Access. Here you can control access to different conference management areas. This ensures that only the appropriate team members can modify conference configurations or access submission data. Once invited, they will receive an email notification with instructions to access the conference. Next, we have the Speakers section. In this section, you can add and manage the speakers who will be presenting at the conference. Speakers may include keynote speakers, guest speakers, session speakers, panel speakers. Adding speakers helps showcase the experts and researchers participating in your conference. Once added, the speaker information can be displayed on the conference landing page. Similarly, PeerSubmit also provides an option to add sponsors and partners for the conference. Sponsors and partners play an important role in supporting academic events, and showcasing them helps recognize their contribution and increase the credibility of the conference. Now, let's move to CFP settings. CFP stands for Call for Papers, where we configure how authors will submit papers and how the review process will work. Here we can configure the submission timeline and review workflow for the conference. On top we have Start and End Date and Time. This is the date and time when authors can start submitting their papers. And final deadline for paper submissions. We can also define the review deadline. This is the last date by which reviewers must complete their reviews and submit their evaluation. We also Assignment Mode settings. Here you can choose how reviewers will be assigned to submissions. There are two options available. AI-powered assignment. PeerSubmit can automatically recommend the most suitable reviewers for a paper based on research topics and expertise. Manual selection. In this option, the program chair or organizers manually assign reviewers to submissions. We can configure the blindness settings, which defines how identities are hidden during the review process. Single blind review. Reviewers can see the author names, but authors cannot see the reviewers. Double blind review. Neither the authors nor the reviewers can see each other's identities. This is commonly used to reduce bias in the review process. Open review. Both author and reviewer identities are visible to everyone involved in the review. Finally, we can define the submission limit. This sets the maximum number of submissions allowed for the conference. Now that we have configured the conference details, let's make the conference page live. To do this, go to Conference Settings. Then open the General Settings section. In the General Settings page, you will see the status option for the conference. To publish the conference page, simply update the status to Live. Once conference is live, let's see how the conference page and submission page look so far. To do this, go to the Overview page and click on the Preview link to open the conference landing page. This page is the public page of the conference, where authors and participants can learn more about the event. On this page, you will see all the information that we have configured so far. For example, conference dates showing when the event will take place. Conference details including the description and overview of the conference. Speakers that we added earlier. Sponsors and partners supporting the conference. Important dates such as submission deadlines and review timelines. All this information is automatically displayed based on the settings we configured earlier. From this conference page, authors can also access the paper submission page and begin submitting their research papers. This landing page acts as the central information hub for the conference, helping authors understand the event before submitting their work. Let's move back to CFP settings to configure submission tracks. To configure tracks, click on Tracks and Topics. Submission tracks help organizers categorize papers based on research topics or subject areas within the conference. Click on Add Track to create a new track. Enter the required details for the track. You can also add track tags, which represent keywords related to the track. These tags help the system better identify the research area of submissions and can also assist in matching papers with suitable reviewers. You can create multiple tracks depending on the scope of the conference. Let's move to submission forms. The submission form defines what information authors must provide when submitting their papers. The submission form is organized into 3 simple steps, making the submission process clear and structured for authors. The first step is author information. In this step, the system collects the standard details for each author involved in the submission. By default, PeerSubmit collects the following author details: first and last name, email address, affiliation and designation. These details help identify the primary author and co-authors associated with the paper. If you need to collect additional information about authors, you can also create a custom questionnaire and include it in this section. Let's collect additional information about the authors, such as their department and country. To do this, click on Create New Questionnaire Form, and click on Add Form. Fill in the basic form details such as form name, form description in short. Once all the details are entered, click Create Form. Now that the form has been created, the next step is to add questions to the form. In PeerSubmit, you can create questions in 2 ways: either import fields from the predefined field library or create custom fields manually. For this demo, we will import fields from the predefined field library. Now that we have created the author details form, let's attach it to the submission form. Go back to the submission form section. Here, you can select the custom questionnaire form that we created earlier. From the drop-down list, select Author Details Form. Now this custom form will become part of the author submission process. Let's preview the submission process to see how everything looks for authors. At the beginning, authors will first see the track selection option. Here they can choose the appropriate track for their paper. After selecting the track, the author will move to step 1, that is author details. Here authors will see the standard author fields. Also, they will see the 2 additional fields that we created earlier in the custom form. Let's go back to the submission forms section to configure the next steps of the submission process. We have step 2, additional information. This step is optional and is not mandatory for the submission process. If you want to collect any additional details related to the submission, such as panel name, session preference, special requirements, or any information, you can create a custom questionnaire form similar to the one we created earlier for author details and then attach that form here. Step 3. Submission information. This is the final step of the submission form, where the core details of the research paper are collected. By default, PeerSubmit collects the standard information such as title, abstract and keywords along with abstract file. In this we also have keywords configuration. Here you can decide how authors will provide keywords for their submission. There are 2 options available. Allow authors to enter their own keywords, where authors can freely enter keywords related to their research. Or use predefined keywords, where organizers define a list of keywords, and authors must select keywords from that predefined list. Now let's move to evaluation forms. Evaluation forms define how reviewers will evaluate submitted papers during the peer review process. First, we have the review form. This form collects the standard review information from reviewers for each submission. By default, PeerSubmit includes the following fields: overall rating, confidential comments to the program chair, comments to the author, additional notes or justification. If you would like to collect your own review criteria, you can create a custom questionnaire form. To do this, click on Create New Questionnaire Form here, and create a form with the specific evaluation questions you want reviewers to answer. Once this custom form is selected, the default review parameters will be removed, and only your custom review criteria will be visible to reviewers. This allows conference organizers to design evaluation forms tailored to their conference review guidelines. Next, we have the acceptance decision form and the rejection decision form. These forms are used by the program chair or organizers when making the final decision on a submission after the review process is completed. If needed, you can also customize this form by adding additional fields or questions using a custom questionnaire form. Next, we have the Program Chair section. Program chairs play an important role in the conference workflow. They are responsible for overseeing the review process and making final decisions on submissions. In this section, you can add program chairs for the conference. Simply click Add Program Chair and enter the required details such as name, email address, affiliation or organization. Once added, the program chair will receive an invitation and will be able to access the conference management panel. Next, we have the Reviewers section. Reviewers are responsible for evaluating submitted papers and providing feedback based on the review criteria defined earlier. They play a crucial role in maintaining the academic quality and integrity of the conference. Click on Add Reviewer and enter the reviewer's details such as name, email address, affiliation or organization, areas of expertise or research interests. Providing the reviewer's expertise helps organizers assign the most relevant papers to the appropriate reviewers. At this point, our conference configuration is fully complete. We have successfully configured conference details, branding and settings, submission tracks, submission forms, evaluation forms, program chairs and reviewers. With these settings in place, the conference is now ready to start accepting submissions. Hello. Let's see how an author submits an abstract or paper. To begin the submission process, you need to share the conference page URL with your authors. You can share this link in multiple ways. For example, send the conference link directly via email, share it on the conference website, or use PeerSubmit's email campaign feature to send bulk email invitations to all potential authors. This makes it easy to inform researchers and invite them to submit their work. For this demo, I will open the conference page in incognito mode. This helps simulate the experience of a new author visiting the conference page for the first time. From the conference landing page, the author can click on the Submit Abstract button to begin the submission process. Once the Submit Abstract button is clicked, the system will ask the author to authenticate. If the author is already registered, they can simply log in using their email address and password. If the author is visiting for the first time or not registered, the system will ask them to register. After completing the registration process, the author account will be successfully created. Once the account registration is completed, the system will automatically redirect them back to the submission process, where they can continue submitting their abstract or paper. The author chooses the track that best matches their research topic or subject area from the list of tracks we created earlier. Once the track is selected, the author can proceed to the next step. Here, the author fills in the author information section. This includes the basic author details, such as first and last name, email, affiliation and designation. In addition to these standard fields, the author will also see the two additional fields we created earlier, department and country. The author can also add co-authors if the paper has multiple contributors. Finally, the author enters the submission details, including manuscript title, abstract and keywords. Once all the information is completed, the author can submit the abstract or paper. If the conference allows multiple abstract or manuscript submissions, the author can submit more than one manuscript in the same submission. To do this, the author can simply click on Add More Manuscript and upload additional files. This feature is useful when authors want to submit multiple submissions together. Once all the required information is completed, the author can click Submit to finalize the submission. After submission, the system will confirm that the submission was successful. A notification email will be sent to the author confirming the submission details. The paper will then be available for the conference organizers and reviewers to begin the review process. Here submission flow is completed. Let's see how the author dashboard looks. The author dashboard provides a complete overview of the author's submissions. Here, the author can see a list of all the papers or abstracts they have submitted to the conference. Each submission will display important details such as submission title, conference name, selected track, submission date, current status of the submission. This allows authors to quickly track the progress of their submission. To see more information about a submission, the author can simply click on the submission. This will open the submission details page. On this page, the author can view the paper title and abstract, author and co-author information, uploaded manuscript files, submission status, any review feedback. Also, author can upload revised versions of their paper if revisions are requested. They can view decision notifications such as acceptance or rejection. With this, we have completed the demo of the author submission process and the author dashboard. We saw how authors access the conference page, register or log in to the system, submit their abstract or paper, and how authors can view and manage their submissions from the author dashboard. This gives authors a simple and structured workflow for submitting and tracking their research papers. Now let's see the program chair dashboard and how the program chair can log in, view submitted papers, and assign reviewers. First, the program chair logs into PeerSubmit using the email address and password associated with their account. If the program chair is logging in for the first time, they can simply click on Forgot Password and set a new password using their registered email address. Once the login process is completed, the program chair will be asked to select the organization for which they have been granted access. After selecting the organization, the program chair will be redirected to the dashboard, where they can access and manage the conferences assigned to them. From here, they select the conference they are associated with. In this section, they will see the list of all submitted papers or abstracts. Here, they can easily see the list of all submissions categorized by their current status. Pending submissions, reviewed submissions, waiting for revision, selected submissions and rejected submissions. Each submission will display key information. This allows the program chair to monitor all incoming submissions for the conference. The program chair can click on any submission to open the submission details page. On this page, the program chair can review all the important information related to the submission. Here they can view paper title, abstract, uploaded manuscript files, any additional information provided during the submission process. This allows the program chair to quickly understand the research topic and submission details. PeerSubmit also provides 3 important AI-generated insights to assist the program chair in evaluating submissions more efficiently. AI Summary. This provides a short summary of the research paper, helping the program chair quickly understand the main idea and contribution of the paper. AI Review. This section provides an automated analysis of the paper, highlighting important aspects such as strengths, potential weaknesses, and research relevance. AI Verdict. Based on the AI analysis, the system also provides a recommended verdict indicating whether the paper appears suitable for further review. Based on the submission details and AI-generated insights, the program chair can decide the next action for the submission. For this demo, let's assign a reviewer to this submission. Click on the Manage Reviewers option. On the Assign Reviewer screen, you will see 2 options. Assign Reviewers, where you can manually select reviewers. AI Recommended, where the system suggests reviewers based on the paper's topic and reviewer expertise. You can see the available reviewers along with their details, that including name and email, designation and organization with areas of expertise or research tags. These expertise tags help the program chair choose the most suitable reviewer for the submission. To assign a reviewer, simply select the reviewer by checking the checkbox on the reviewer card. Then click Assign. Once assigned, the reviewer will receive a notification email informing them that a submission has been assigned for review, and they can log in to their dashboard to start the evaluation process. From the Manage Reviewers section, the program chair can add new reviewers to the submission if additional evaluation is required. Change reviewers if a different reviewer needs to be assigned. Remove reviewers if a reviewer is no longer required for the submission. This flexibility allows the program chair to adjust reviewer assignments at any stage of the review process. The program chair also has several important decision options available for managing the submission. These options allow the program chair to control the next step in the review process. If the submission requires improvements, the program chair can choose Request for Revision. This option sends a notification to the author asking them to revise their manuscript based on the feedback provided. The author can then upload the revised version of the paper through their dashboard. If the submission meets the conference quality standards, the program chair can select Accept Paper. Once accepted, the author will receive a notification email confirming that their paper has been accepted for the conference. Please note that the acceptance form is fully customizable. Conference organizers can design their own acceptance decision form based on the requirements of their conference. If the submission does not meet the conference criteria, the program chair can choose Reject Paper. In this case, the author will receive a rejection notification, along with any feedback or comments provided during the review process. Meanwhile, the reviewer has completed the review and submitted their evaluation. Now, let's go back to the submission list page. Here, the program chair can see the updated status of the submission after the review has been submitted. Let's open the submission again to view the updated review details. Since the reviewer has already submitted their evaluation, the review information will now be visible. Please note that the review details displayed here depend on the evaluation form configured by the organizer. Now, based on the reviewer's evaluation and the AI-generated review insights, the program chair can make the final decision on the submission. For this demo, let's accept the paper. To do this, the program chair clicks on the Accept Paper option. Please note that the acceptance form is fully customizable. After filling in the required details, click Submit to confirm the decision. Once the paper is accepted, the submission status will be updated to Accepted and the author will receive a notification email informing them that their paper has been accepted. With this step, we have completed the demonstration of the program chair workflow. In this section, we saw how the program chair can log in to the PeerSubmit system, view all submitted papers, open submission details, review AI-generated insights and reviewer feedback, assign reviewers to submissions, manage reviewers when needed, and finally make the decision to accept, reject, or request revision for a paper. This shows how PeerSubmit helps program chairs efficiently manage the entire peer review and decision-making process for a conference. Now let's see the reviewer dashboard, and how reviewers can log in, view assigned papers, and submit their reviews. The reviewer logs into PeerSubmit using their registered email address and password. If the reviewer is logging in for the first time, they can simply click on Forgot Password and set a new password using their registered email address. Once logged in, the reviewer will be asked to select the organization they are associated with. After selecting the organization, the reviewer will be redirected to the reviewer dashboard. From here, they select the conference they are associated with. Here, the reviewer can easily see all the submissions assigned to them for evaluation. The dashboard organizes submissions into 3 clear categories, making it easy for reviewers to track their work. The pending section shows submissions that are assigned to the reviewer but not yet reviewed. The waiting section contains submissions that are currently waiting for revision from the author. Completed section shows submissions where the review has already been submitted successfully. This organized dashboard helps reviewers quickly manage their assigned papers and track their review progress efficiently. To view the details of a submission, simply click on any submission card. Once clicked, the system will open the submission details page. Here, the reviewer can view all the important information related to the paper, including paper title, abstract, uploaded manuscript files, This allows the reviewer to carefully read and understand the research before submitting their evaluation. Once the reviewer has reviewed the paper, the reviewer can request revision if the paper requires improvements, or submit review to complete and submit the review form. For this demo, let's submit the review for this submission. The reviewer can click on the Submit Review button. This will open the evaluation form configured earlier by the conference organizer. Please note that the review form is fully customizable. Conference organizers can design their own review form based on the requirements of their conference. After filling out the evaluation form and submitting the review, the submission will move to the completed section in the reviewer dashboard. Once the review is completed and submitted, the program chair will receive a notification informing them that the review is available. The program chair can then open the submission details page and review the feedback provided by the reviewer. With this, we have completed the demonstration of the reviewer dashboard and the review process. Let's see how the admin can view submissions and what options are available for the admin. The admin has the highest level of access in the system and can monitor and manage all activities related to the conference. To view the submissions, the admin can navigate to the Submissions section of the conference. Here, the admin can see the complete list of all submissions for the conference. Each row displays important information such as submission ID, submission date and time, abstract title, submission track, average review score. This gives the admin a quick overview of all papers submitted to the conference. Submission details page, where the admin can review paper title and abstract, uploaded manuscript files, author information, reviewer feedback, AI-generated summary, review, and verdict. Admin can also perform actions such as manage or view assign reviewers, request for revision, monitor the review progress, accept paper, reject paper. This allows the admin to monitor the entire submission and review workflow across the conference. The admin can also monitor the entire review workflow using the review pipeline. This section provides a visual overview of the current review status of all submissions in the conference. Let's take a look at the conference overview section. The overview page provides a summary of the entire conference activity in one place. From this page, organizers and administrators can quickly understand the overall progress of the conference and submission process. At the top of the page, you can see the basic conference details, including conference name, conference date and time, conference website link, submission dates, review deadline. The submissions panel shows a quick summary of the paper submission status, including total submissions received, reviewed submissions, submissions currently under review, accepted papers. The submissions panel shows a quick summary of the paper submission status, including total submissions received, reviewed submissions, submissions currently under review, accepted papers. Overall, the conference overview dashboard provides powerful insights into submissions, engagement, and conference activity, helping organizers manage the event more effectively. This brings us to the end of the PeerSubmit platform demonstration. In this demo, we walked through the complete conference submission and peer review workflow. PeerSubmit provides a simple, powerful, and flexible platform to manage the entire academic submission and peer review process from start to finish. With customizable workflows, AI-assisted insights, and detailed analytics, organizers can efficiently manage conferences, streamline reviews, and ensure high-quality research evaluation. Thank you for watching this demo of PeerSubmit. If you need any assistance while using PeerSubmit, we also provide a dedicated help center. The Help Center includes step-by-step guides, documentation, and tutorials to help you understand how to use different features of the platform. Whether you are an organizer, program chair, reviewer, or author, you can quickly find answers and guidance for common tasks. If you still need further assistance, you can also contact our support team, and we will be happy to help you. Thank you for choosing PeerSubmit.